This is a very special fork. It's 100 years old and they can tell the future. And it's saying that I'm going to review Paranormal Activity 4. Man, I already knew that! Stupid fork. Anyway, yo, it's me, CNCOTT, baby! Back with another review. And today we are reviewing Paranormal Activity 4. If I'm wearing this shirt, that means we're going Paranormal Activity. And, actually, this is the first of the movies that I actually liked. Like I said before, I watched the first 3 on demand. And I thought, they're okay. Saw this one at the family video, picked it up, put it in, and I loved it. The last 3 movies I liked because there's actually something going on other than let's just show a camera. Or standing. Fast forward. You know, well they don't do much of the fast forward stuff. They do show the camera stuff here and there, but there's actually stuff going on within the camera that, you know, does that makes it worth watching. Although this scene here, I don't think is not in the movie. It's actually Robbie that's behind her, not Katie, but I don't know. Anyway, this movie is different than the other ones, as it's connected to the others, but it takes place in Nevada and follows the Nelson family instead of, you know, the I don't know, Featherston family. If that's what the names are fictionally. I don't know the actress's name is Featherston. I don't know about within the movie universe. Never actually say a last name. Well, Ray is the last name for the second one, but it starts with recapping what happened at the end of the second one, showing us the hunter was taken and he and Katie hadn't been seen since. We now follow this new family, the Nelsons, and there's Alex Nelson is our main character here. Her little brother Wyatt, her mother and father, who are actually Stephen Dunham and his wife, who were actually married in real life. And, you know, an interesting fact and a sad fact is that Stephen Dunham, who plays the dad in this movie, actually passed away before the movie was done, and this movie is dedicated to him, so that's kind of sad. But when we move on with the characters, we also have Ben, who is Alex's friend slash boyfriend type person. I know he wants to get with her. It's painfully obvious in the scenes that we see, but in all these I've watched. If it was possible, I've watched the extended versions because they give you a lot more, you know, in the version. And yeah, so the extended version actually starts off on Halloween, but if you watch the regular version, it starts off with the soccer game, but the extended version starts off at at Halloween, and you know, right away they notice that there's this little kid who's kind of weird, and he's like following them everywhere. They find out his name is Robbie, and his mom has something happen to her, so Robbie has to come live with them. And because one night Alex and Ben are going on like a tour of, like, she's showing him her castle, she calls it, which is the tree house, and Robbie's in the tree house. So Robbie comes to stay with them, and where I got the fork thing from is they allowed this kid to ad-lib a scene. It's where he's taking stuff out of his bag, and he brings out this little stuffed dog / sheep type thing that he calls Ship Shuba. It says it's 100 years old. He pulls out this fork. He says, "Be careful. It's a very special fork." They're like, "Is that 100 years old too?" He's like, "Yeah, and it can tell the future." Yeah, you know, that give this kid an Oscar. He came up with this. But yeah, and so As soon as Robbie starts coming over, weird things start happening. One thing they utilize is the Xbox Connect. How you see the I don't know, capture or motion dots in the what you call it, night vision, and then they utilize that, and you can see weird things and everything, and that's pretty cool. But like I said, as soon as Robbie starts staying there, weird things start to happen, and it's made abundantly clear that they're after Wyatt. And I mean, if you're a smart person, you can figure it out. I didn't really get it at first, and I was wrong. I usually get, like, I got off, like, I can figure out twists and stuff sometimes before they happen. This one I wasn't able to figure out right away when I first watched it. Because, like, it didn't connect with me. I didn't even think about it. Because at the time, you know, like I said, I fell asleep watching the third one. And I had to rewatch it. And so I didn't really follow with the first three. I knew she took Wyatt. Spoiler alert. I knew she took Hunter. But I didn't know, you know, I didn't connect that until there's a scene where they like, Robbie and Wyatt go over to Wyatt's house, and there's revealed that the mom is Katie. So people might think, okay, so Robbie is Hunter. No, because in Katie says about Wyatt, she says he looks just like his mother. And then Wyatt talks about how Robbie's adopted like he is, and Alex says, how does she know you were adopted? And then it gets weirder, things start happening, like the chandelier almost falls on Alex, and you know, it's these kind of movies, they try to tell the parents, but they don't want to listen, you know, and they even tried to show the dad something that happened on the camera, and he thought it was just them messing with special effects. He didn't believe that it was what was actually going on. You know, and then they set up all the laptops, the webcam laptops. They set up all the webcams on the laptops to record record everything in the house. And they set up in the kitchen, living room, Alex's room, which she's a 16-year-old girl. It's not right. Like, and we see that, we find out that Ben was actually recording her. And that's creepy enough, but Matt Shively, who plays him, is actually in his 20s. It makes it a little bit creepier. But, you know, it's a movie. You gotta give a little leeway on that. I'll give it a pass. As they're supposed to be about the same age. And Matt Shively does look young, or did look young for his age at this point. So it's okay. But, so they start recording the stuff. Do they ever watch the stuff? Because it seems like in these movies, they record the stuff so they can catch some of the stuff. But it's not till the last one that they actually start watching the stuff. I'm serious. Like, because, like, all this stuff is happening to her. There's a scene. It's towards the end of the movie, though, but it's a scene where Wyatt comes in after he's been, like, possessed, so to speak, and he comes in and he levitates her after the mom is giving her sleeping pills, and he levitates her. Did she not watch that on the thing at all? I mean, she'd be calling back, like, oh my God, Wyatt levitated me when I was asleep. Or at least, you know, Pervy Ben, sorry for the name, but you know, he could have been peeping at what was going on and saw it happen. He said before his laptop automatically recorded everything, and he saw when Robbie came in and slept next to her, so he wasn't watching that. I don't know, but they did a little more investigating in this, and they found about a witch coven, the midwives, who are, you know, the same thing that Allie found out in the second one. So I don't need to go over that. You've seen the second one, you know what's going on. And they find this symbol. Oh, Robbie drew it on Wyatt's back, and it was in the sand. When they're going on the slide and stuff. And, so, yeah, stuff starts happening. when you get to the climax, that's when the shit really hits the fan, because and it starts like it locks Alex, and she hears a noise, like the door from the garage opening. She goes to check it out. She gets locked in there. Then the car starts by itself, and she starts to suffocate, but she backs out, and like through the door and everything, which I don't know if that actually worked in real life, but she backs out. And while this is happening, Katie goes to collect Wyatt. He doesn't want to go, but she'll be back for him, and that's when he gets possessed and everything. And then the shit hits the fan, because Alex and the dad, they go out on a dinner date, and while this is happening, Katie shows up, kills the mom. Ben shows up at the house. She kills Ben and hides his body in Alex's closet, even though she took the mom's body outside, but she hid the Ben in her closet. I don't know. And so Alex and the dad are driving home, and the dad's like, "Is that your mom and Wyatt?" And she's like, "No, that's Robbie's mom and Wyatt." And so the dad goes to check it out, and she goes into the house. Alex goes into the house, her house, and she tries to find her mom. Of course, the mom's gonna enter. She's dead. And then she goes upstairs. She tries to call Ben, and the ringing is coming from inside the house. Sorry, in the closet. She gets pulled into the closet at one point, but she gets out. She runs across the street. She sees her dad get killed by Katie, or get killed at some point, dragged around. He dies somehow. And then she sees Katie. Katie runs out with the demon eyes. And she runs out. She finds Wyatt. He doesn't want to move because he's possessed. And all these freaking witch ladies are coming towards her, and cuts to black. We do find out in the fifth one that she died. Everyone died except for Wyatt or Hunter. And then there's some funny stuff. Like there's this there's no funny bit in the Halloween. That's why I like watching the extended. When Ben they get in, they got the Halloween candy or something, and he goes to sit on the couch, and the cat is sitting on the couch. He's like, "Sup, kitty?" He sits down. The cat just gets up and leaves. I laugh at that every time because the cat's like, "Nope, not talking to you," and he leaves. But yeah, I like this one. I think it's pretty good. So my rating is, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. So yeah, what are your thoughts of Paranormal Activity 4? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you next time. Fork's still right there. Bye.